Hi guys, and welcome back to Miller RC, and we got a new project on the bench here. If you know anything about this right here, this EXF with the triangle, you probably already know what's in here. It's a common theme of Extreme Flight products, and then we have something up here we're going to unbox as well. Some items that we bought for the build. But let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box and see what kind of model it is from these guys. And I'm going to flip it over because this is the top area, so at least I think it is. We'll have to see here. So Extreme Flight is pretty good on their packaging. They usually make sure their stuff is in good shape. Really real nicely packed before they send it to you. Alright, there, and as you can see with the art on the box, that is what we have. So, pretty excited about this. Don't have enough room here either. It doesn't matter how big your shop is, the stuff never tends to be big enough. But yeah, here we go. Extra 300 EXP version 2. I was originally going to try to get a Yak 54 in the 48-inch size because my MXS over there is getting a little beat up. So we're going to hopefully replace it with this. But looks like the box is in pretty good shape on the bottom. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I don't know if I want to mention anything, but as far as it, I can't remember anything. So let's take a look. And mine is also in the official RC group scheme, as you can clearly tell. Packing receipt, we won't look at that. That's all information for me. But as you can see, this thing comes pretty nicely packaged. Nothing too loose, it's all taped down. Pretty common theme of Extreme Flight. And my razor blades here used to cut the tape. So looks like we have here some instructions and decals. Extreme Flight usually sends a few stickers with their airplanes, and they're pretty nice. As you can see, here's, oh, look at this, it's also written in version 2. My laser, 6-inch laser, didn't use the old manual, but this one is actually rewritten, so that's kind of nice. Cool end numbers right there, November 300 3D. Makes sense. Alright. And here it looks like we got the horizontal stabilizer with elevator, most likely not pre-hinged. And as you can see, it looks real good, and all that. So I recommend that you do cut the tape like you're seeing me do this. If you pry stuff, you have a high risk of, you know, breaking or busting some balsa wood, and you don't want to do that on your brand new airplane. Alrighty, and as you can see, looks pretty good. Covering is looking really nice. There are a few spots to tighten it up, but that's to be expected. And as you can see, this uses the elevator slot system, where it just keys in, and most of the time you don't have to measure it. They're square. They square it from the factory, but you always just want to check to make sure. And as you see, we got good old 90 degrees of deflection right there. Gotta love it. And these are not hinged, as you can see, which is standard of all Extreme Flight airframes. We got one way pushed in here, and this is a good example why you always want to pull it out. You never want to hinge from the factory. This one was all the way pushed in, so you need to check stuff about that, or stuff like that. But alright, that looks good. Wing panels looks like they're next. And we'll just leave these in the box or in the bag, and we'll cut the video and unbag everything and have a look at it. But as you can see, pretty nice contrast. Servo horn slot and control horn slot and servo cutout is already done for you. So that's nice. Covering looks good as well. And the same for the other wing. Alright, looks good. Normal cardboard divider, like pretty much every RC airplane. Alright, looks like we have the landing gear really nicely taped beautiful piece of carbon fiber. And we can probably get this out, hopefully. Take a look at this. Because these carbon fiber landing gears are super awesome. They're better than those dumb little spring wires that weigh too much, and they're not as nice and solid as nice carbon fiber landing gear. Alright, looks like we've got a wing tube here. Tape off, and this is pretty self-explanatory. If you got any airplane like this, 3D or sport, you expect it to come with a really nice wing tube. Very light, hardly weighs anything. Alright, let's see what else is here. Oh, okay, yeah, I ordered the 52mm spinner. This doesn't come in the box, but they have a combo option, and I need a spinner for it, so bought one of those. And rudder, pretty self-explanatory. Nice, I think they call it geonetic construction. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the wood goes in an X pattern throughout the build, and it's really light and strong. Fuselage looks super nice, and this has a spring latch, and once again we'll remove the bags when we get everything undone. You can take a closer look at it. It's the horizontal stab slot and servo cutouts are already done for you, so that's good. And in here, I'm gonna guess we have more accessories like the side force generators, so that's cool. And awesome looking cowl. That'll be good when we unwrap that. Look good. And then I also bought these, the servo extensions, the lighter ones, just to keep the weight down. I bought those. So. And wow, you know what this is? This is cool. This is something I've never seen Extreme Flight do before. It looks like they give you some spare covering, and I don't know if that's for sealing hinge gaps, which I do plan to do with this model, or whatever. And so that's cool. It looks like extra covering. Ooh, wheel pants. Once again, we'll take a look at this later. And look at this. I didn't even need to order a spinner. Looks like it comes with one in the box. Oh well, it's nice to have extra spinners on hand, I guess. Or I can just find someone else who needs one, and then it just looks like an accessory hardware bag. Pretty standard. And all that, so alright. Move the box out of the way, and we'll go ahead and get everything unbagged, and then we'll take a closer look at this stuff. Alright, we got everything unbagged, and now we can show you this beautiful and amazing structured airplane. Here's the fuse unbagged. Super cool. And super improved motor box. This is kind of why I really like this version too. If you are familiar with the other 48-inch versions, they used to have these carbon fiber strengtheners running from the fuselage bulkhead to the firewall, which that improved the strength, but they were the first things to kind of come unglued when, you know, threw it around pretty hard. They didn't fit very well in there. Now those are totally gone, and this is such a lighter, much improved structure, so that was a big selling point for me on this. And we'll go ahead and pop the canopy here. It's a spring latch like all the Extreme Flight. This canopy made it great without any damage, and you can see there's some reinforcements on the edges so the plastic doesn't break that easily, which is nice. And then in here is the amazing structure here. And I have to say, I'm honestly not a big fan of like a whole use of carbon fiber in an airplane. Big reason is because it likes to, if it's sharp, it frays some wires like extensions or ESC wires. This I really like because this is really the only major part of carbon, and then back here is still all wood like the 48-inch airframes, which I really like that. So that gets a thumbs up for me. And then same thing, there's a carbon fiber landing gear plate with the blind nuts pre-installed, air exit hole, so just general really good construction, I guess. And the canopy is really, it's pretty big. That's kind of the part that I really didn't honestly like the looks on the X300, but me personally, when you're buying airplanes like this, it's better to not buy for looks, more for performance. And this canopy actually does add performance because it's right over the center of gravity, the tallest point, so that adds very good knife edge capabilities. So Very cool. We'll get the fuselage out of the way here, and then we'll take a look at the other parts. These are the servos I'm going to be running. These are high voltage Pro Modeler DS75 CL high voltages. They go from 4.8 to 8.4. They do 75 ounces of torque max, and here's where's the best part about them? Oh yeah, the speed right there. Under 8 seconds. Super fast servos, so that's why I bought these. And I bought 4 of them, and as you can see, they're really tiny, really beautiful looking little servos. We can go ahead and pop these out and take a look at these. Super cool. Built super strong. They got the 6 servo screws, aluminum billet with cooling fins. Very light, and they come with their own hardware accessories, servo screws and servo arms. So very, very cool. Built very well. I've been extremely happy with the Pro Modeler servos and my laser. So that's why I bought another set, because for the price, I don't think you can beat them. And then here is the LiPo. I'm going to go trying to use 7.4 volts. If it doesn't work, we'll just use a normal BEC voltage. But I will try to run a 2-cell LiPo, and it's a little 250 milliamp, basically the little E-Flite UMX series. So that's very cool. All right, on to the wings, and as you can see, look very good. So once again, just like we said, the servo holes are already cut in the pre-control horn slot. Once again, these are not pre-hinged like you can see in this wing right here, but it looks good. On the inside, you can see the thumb screw, wing screw blind nut, and there's the wing tube and the anti-rotation pins. So once again, pretty happy. The covering is it's very well done, but it is a little bit wrinkled, but that's to be expected. You know, these things came from China, and they go through a lot of humidity and temperature change. So here's the rudder, very light, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but when I hold it up in the light, you might be able to see the genetic construction. So that allows for super light, and it does not twist at all. So very cool. And then once again, we already took a look at this, so nothing new there. And then here are the wheel pants. There's also design improvements on the wheel pants. They embed the wheel pants for the carbon fiber landing gear, and I actually like that. My old MXS over there, they would like to spin after a while, so that's kind of what I didn't like. And then once again, we did look at the landing gear. Once again, it's very light and very good, so that's nice. And we have the SFGs here. These came really nicely covered, and I don't know if you might be able to see the construction in the SFGs there. I don't know if you can or not, but once again, very light, don't weigh anything, and they're super strong, and I will plan to be using these because I am an SFG fan. And then here's the stock spinner that comes with it. I'll probably use the lighter one. Once again, this comes with the spinner apparently. Maybe yours won't, I don't know, but apparently it looks like it does come with a spinner. I read somewhere where somebody said it does not, but it looks like it does. But both spinners do look pretty good. I do like this one a little bit more. The aluminum backplate seems a little bit better built than this plastic one, but we'll see which one we want to use. And one is blue and one's black. Basically probably depend on the covering or the color choice that I like. And then they did actually send covering. Now these are scraps probably from the factory, is what we can tell, but they do give you a little extra covering, so that's nice to know. So very cool. And then this right here, super beautifully painted cowling right here. Looks super nice. Super awesome job with the paint there. Really happy with that. And then, as we said, decals and everything. And then they do give you 2 pieces of Velcro here. And then here's pretty much the hardware package. Here are the SFG spacers, so your ailerons aren't rubbing at full travel. Control horns, and they do give you 2 extra hinges, in which I will be needing one because I did look at the wing and it looks like I'm missing a hinge or it's pushed in all the way and I can't get it. So luckily they send 2 extra hinges, so that's good. And ball links and clear SFG washers, so those will be used and those look really good. M3 fastener kit. Once again, they look very high quality. Extreme Ply hardware is usually very good. I've been very happy with it. And then we have the wheels. They are the same 48-inch wheels, and they actually look a little larger, but I can't prove that for sure. Wing bolts, extra hardware, wheel axles, wheel collars, nuts, washers, everything you're going to need to put it together. Tail wheel and push rods, and these push rods are actually silver this time, which I like that color better than black, but either way I wouldn't really care. And then as you can see here, we have the extensions. I bought the 6-inch and the I think these are 18-inch extensions. So once again, these are not included, but I bought them with the combo pack because I needed them. And then this is a baffling kit if you want to baffle your motor and all that. So, and then finally, once again, the wing tube, but we've already looked at that. So, all right, and then the manual, pretty basic. Once again, nothing. If you read Extreme Flight manuals, they're usually very good, and this one I went through it and is no different. So that's pretty much everything. Oh, I do want to share my power setup. I'm going to be using this Fly DM2820 750 kV motor. Love this motor. I think it's a little bit better than the torque, and it does provide a little bit more static thrust than the torque does. In some motor testings I did on my YouTube channel, you can go check that out. So I like the Fly. It is a little bit heavier, but for the performance I think it's worth it. And then I got the recommended 45 amp ESC. We will have to take the middle wire out because we are using a LiPo, but you know, pretty standard there. And then I'm just using Spectrum Control and AR6210. This receiver's worked for years, so no problems there. So yes, that is the unboxing of the 48-inch Extra 300. This thing came in great condition. I'm happy with the kit. This thing looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.